Welcome Wanderer, fantastic Wuchang news. Patch 1.5 is addressing major issues regarding the get up animation after you get knocked down, and also the healing animation when you're drinking your flask, plus a lot of bonus things that will drastically change the game and make you want to do another playthrough or actually finish the playthrough that you aborted. The first big thing is one single sentence: slight adjustment to the invincibility frames during Wuchang's get up animation after being knocked down. Now, in case you forget how bad this is, fighting certain bosses and enemies could have you almost stun locked. They knock you down, and while you're knocked down, they will already charge into you or hit you again, and you can basically not get up. This is not the case anymore, and I have a little trick for you as well. Let's check how good the new getup actually is. We're gonna clear these nerds out. This is NG plus on my very first playthrough, and this guy is going to knock you down, and boom, we're already back up. Wow, that was quick. Let's get knocked down again, and boom, we're back up. Aha! The interesting part about the getup is, if you get knocked down, you don't have to use your get up right away. You don't have to spam the button. Look at this. I could wait and then use my get up as an actual dodge itself. This comes in extremely handy in boss fights. The tiger, for example, he knocks you over and then he charges. But instead of just spamming, get me up, get me up, get me up, you're gonna wait for the moment where he's on you, charged onto you. And then you use the get up as an actual dodge, and it gives you Skyward Might already. Once you master that technique, 90% of the frustration in Wuchang Fallen Feather just goes out of the window. That's not the only frustration they fixed. Sped up Wuchang's healing animation slightly to ensure players have enough time to heal. The recovery animation after drinking can now be cancelled with a dodge. Ergo, I drink my heal, but I can dodge really early after it already. Boom. So not be stuck. And the healing itself is so much faster right now. Just watch the two compared next to each other. This with the faster get up animation and then being able to drink faster and also dodge after the heal faster again. It's gonna drastically change how you approach boss fights, how you get completely harassed. Because in Wuchang Fallen Feathers, bosses, enemies, they can be quite relentless and they go bop, 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 bop. And you are stuck with very minuscule small healing windows, especially if you get knocked down. Another big change that is hard to quantify made adjustments to animation values and level design for certain NPCs and AI. Now this could literally mean anything. Some NPCs were definitely annoying, just spamming their attacks and never doing anything different, and if you don't stun lock them, you have no chance to fight against them. I'm talking about these dancer dudes that throw frozen or fiery masks. Maybe some bosses get better. Maybe some bosses have better stagger windows right now. Can't say. We'll have to do another playthrough and analyze what I know of how the game used to play, how the game plays now, to really give you a quantifiable answer on that. They also added dialogues for some NPCs to complete some plots. We will further optimize the exhaustion animation in the future to improve the plot performance. This right now is a small problem in Wuchang and in Souls games in general. You talk to NPCs and you never know, am I done talking to you? Is there more to come? Could there maybe be something like a pop-up? Usually you talk to them until they stop talking to you. But is that really the last step, or was that it? Could there be a little update, right? That when you have talked to her that you know Huang Jian's part 1 is done. Otherwise, you might still have to make a step to go further. Next one is fixed the faction bug in chapter 4 and adjusted the level design. That's really interesting. And I'll 100% start another feathering playthrough. I did magic only, now we have to do feathering only to check if chapter 4 is now better, more approachable, more fun to play through. A lot of people did not like chapter 4 because it was quite big and convoluted. They also fixed the dialogue order between Fang Zhao and He Yuzoi, obviously pronounced correctly, to prevent a bug where players could not achieve the bounds, fates, threats, and dreams sweet deceit ending due to an incorrect sequence. Haven't experienced that myself, or haven't even noticed that I experienced that myself. They also addressed an issue causing audio playback stutters, and most importantly, revised description for some equipment and items. Now the developer is Chinese, and I don't know if they have a translator there, AI translate. sometimes some things don't really add up and make sense. And there are maybe some words missing in between, or something just really, you look at it and it's like, huh? Thank you. It's a little thing, but it's the quality of life, the quality things that you want to see in a game. I want to read an item and understand an item and not understand it. They also added and revised certain audio lines and added some Wuchang voice to complete the story and added some NPC dialogues. This might not seem important, but the game does actually have a story, and it's good to in between hear your character. As we know from Elden Ring, your character is usually that voiceless kind of dude, and all the other guys talk, but you're just like they're tarnished. Oh, smash. That's about it. This game has an actual story, like Lies of P did have an actual story, right? That you want to follow. Thank you for streamlining. Now there's another very important, insane thing to come. Optimize the game code in preparation for allowing players to choose to respawn at either the shrine or the boss fight entrance after death. This should be a feature in every Souls-like game. The walk of shame is bullshit. Old hats will tell you, yeah, if I die at a boss, I need to walk back 5 minutes to really feel that I lost. Bullshit. It's a weak point in the old Souls games. I don't want to walk back to bosses. I want to fight a boss. If I die, I want to instantly fight it again. That walk of shame does nothing but annoy you. Some of these walk of shames are ridiculous, especially if it includes elevators and waiting time. It's not in this patch yet, but as they said, they prepared it. So you either do the playthrough right now, or wait a bit to then be able to mass respawn on bosses, to actually be able to fight them over and over and over again without the frustration of walking back. And talking about frustration, increase the interval between spike traps throughout the whole game. Thank you. Further reduce the damage of landmines in chapter 2 and 3, and also reduce the number of landmines in chapter 3. This could have, I don't know, sometimes in this chapter I just walked over mine after mine after mine, even in my third playthrough. This leads us to staggering. Reduce the impact tolerance of some enemies, making it easier for light weapons to interrupt the attacks of some monsters in the early stages while increasing the strategic nature of light attacks. For later stage monsters, player can now use spells, weapon skills, etc. to directly perform follow-up light attack combos to suppress some monsters. This addresses an issue where, especially later in the game, and also in between, some elites and other guys, you could not stagger them at all, unless you would use heavy attacks. That's a reason why I actually played the axe, because axe was just charge up heavy attack, stagger, charge up heavy attack, stagger, and so on. And I played the longsword, barely any stagger. I played the one-handed sword, no stagger at all anymore. What the hell? This is a very nice change that should, again, take out tons of frustration and streamline the game. I think that's the name of the patch right now. Make the game more accessible. I wouldn't say easier. It just fixes problems that were there before. You could beat the game either way. Just now, it's more fun to beat it. And probably the most important change. While Wuchang waits for the elevator, the speed of the elevator is tripled. Due to loading issues, the speed of taking the elevator is temporarily unchanged, that's fine. But it's very annoying when you call an elevator and it just takes so long to come down again. Especially if you died on a boss, if you died somewhere in the map, and you gotta bring it down again. Thank you very much. I gotta say, I was already impressed with Wuchang from Langzi Games as their first Souls-like game. And now they bring out a patch like this, which basically just makes the game better and more fun. And makes me want to now start another playthrough, which will be 100% feathering. Definitely gonna mess around with that. Also, if you're looking for a fantastic build, try out the 100% magic one. It's insane and so much fun. You can one-hit the end boss. GG.